Tony Lazzari. Tony Lazzari was born in San Francisco, California on August 6, 1946. During the 1920s and 1930s, he was a professional baseball second baseman for the New York Yankees of Major League Baseball. Along with Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and Bob Musial, he was a member of the infamous Murderers Row Yankee batting lineup of the late 1920s. Lazzari died in 1946 at the age of 42 from a fall in his Millbury, California home caused by a heart attack, according to the coroner. Many people now believe Lazzari's fall was the result of an epileptic seizure rather than a heart attack. Preston Sturges. Preston Sturges was born in Chicago, Illinois on August 29, 1898. He was a playwright, screenwriter, and film director from the United States. He won the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay for The Great Magenti, 1940. In 1941, his first of 3 nominations in the category. On August 6, 1959, he died in New York City, New York, USA. Jack Brickhouse. Jack Brickhouse was born on January 24, 1916 in Peoria, Illinois. USA is an American sportscaster, known primarily for his play-by-play coverage of Chicago Cubs games on WGN-TV from 1948 to 1981. He received the Ford C. Frick Award from the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1983. He died in Chicago, Illinois, U.S. on August 6, 1998. Pete Fountain. Pete Fountain was born in New Orleans, Louisiana on July 3, 1930. Pete Fountain is his professional name. He was a jazz clarinetist from the United States. On August 6, 2016, he died in New Orleans. Marvin Hamlis. Marvin Hamlis was born on June 2, 1944 in New York City, New York, United States. He was a composer and conductor from the United States. Only 17 people have received Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards. This collection of all 4 is known as a EGOT. He is one of only 2 people to have received all 4 awards, as well as the Pulitzer Prize. After a brief illness, Hamlis died on August 6, 2012, after collapsing in Los Angeles. He was 68 years old. John Hughes. John Hughes was born on February 18, 1950 in Lansing, Michigan in the United States. He was a filmmaker from the United States. Hughes began his career as a writer of humorous essays and stories for National Lampoon magazine in 1970. He went on to write, produce, and occasionally direct some of the most popular live-action comedy films of the 1980s and 1990s, including National Lampoon's Vacation, Mr. Mom, 16 Candles, Weird Science, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Pretty in Pink, Some Kind of Wonderful, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, She's Having a Baby, Uncle Buck, Home Alone, Dutch, Beethoven, Dennis the Menace, and he passed away on August 6, 2009. Bix Beiderbecke. Bix Beiderbecke was born on March 10, 1903 in Davenport, Iowa, U.S. He was an American jazz cornetist, pianist, and composer. He died in Sunnyside, Queens, New York on August 6, 1931. Rick James. Rick James was born on February 1, 1948 in Buffalo, New York in the United States. He was an American singer, musician, and record producer, better known by his stage name Rick James. James began his musical career as a teenager in Buffalo, New York, where he was born and raised. James deserted in 1964 and moved to Toronto, Canada, where he formed the rock band The Mina Birds, who signed a recording contract with Motown Records in 1966. Following his release, James relocated to California, where he formed a number of rock and funk bands in the late 1960s and early 1970s. He died in Los Angeles, California, in the United States.